Hey.
It has to be the Queen every week.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to
Well,
another...
she doesn't sound like that anymore.
No.
So,
Yeah, she would be a bit... Ooh. Yeah, God love her.
God forgive
God
me.
love her.
God forgive me. That's powerful.
Terrible, but
That's
hilarious.
But all the mind. What should we do for me?
Nothing.
What have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, ah.
We are back for your friendly ADHD podcast where we will divulge some interesting words that you may not have heard, or even if you have heard, you may need to use in your daily vocabulary from this moment on.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like words that you'll just think, oh, I didn't know what that meant, but like,
Do you ever get a word where you know what it means, but then whenever somebody asks you for a definition, you're like, it means, you
Like,
know that cunt down the street?
you
It's like
have to give a
demons.
whole. You have to give a whole. You can't just give them a definition. You have to give them a whole scenario. It's like, and that's what that is.
Yeah. Do you know, actually, a friend of mine, her work at the minute, there's a guy, I have to say, there's this thing, men, you do it, right? Whenever guys are on like any sort of business call or meeting in person, but in this case, I was listening in on a meeting. And they do this thing where like they change like the sort of tenor of their voice and they become dead authoritative, and they basically just repeat whatever a woman has said 5 minutes ago, but because they have said it, it's valid
And
now.
pass it on.
But this guy keeps using the word extrapolate, and I'm like, he's not using that correctly.
I don't think that means what you think.
I don't think you know what that word means. I can
don't think you-
extrapolate from the way that you use that as you don't know what it
You
means.
don't know what you're talking
Right,
about.
so extrapolate is technically kind of a mathematical term, isn't it? Because you can say, 1 plus blank equals 3. You can extrapolate from the blank that must be a 2.
Yes.
Right? And you can say, like, he's really late and he showed up absolutely soaking in the weather. There's a storm. I can extrapolate from that he is late to work because he got caught in the rain.
He
right?
must have been caught up. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
he
like,
was- you know,
he
he
was incomplete.
It's using incomplete incomplete
He was drinking
information
an
to come to a
extrapolate.
conclusion. Yeah. So extrapolate. Extrap yourself in.
He
'Cause I'm
came
about
in
to get...
here this morning and he was fucking extrapolated.
It
wasn't he?
extrapolate.
I've read enough.
Extrapolate.
It was extrap.
Hopefully.
My sister is here, by the way, everybody. You are joined with us by my beautiful darling.
Oh no.
Um,
She has to be quiet.
She doesn't have to be quiet. You're allowed to laugh, babe. But yeah, can you imagine that? Oh, fuck's sake. You want to see that car this morning? Extrapolated like fuck all me.
Extrapolate.
Extrapolate.
Instead of being extrapolate, baby, put more espresso next time and be on time, you
Yeah.
fucking dick.
Fucking wanker. Yeah. Strap on, still hanging out your bagger.
Strap on. Your wife's strap on still sticking. Were you pegging last night? I can extrapolate that you were pegging last night because the
Why?
strap on still up your hole.
You're walking real limp. Did you?
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, so he's doing that and he keeps saying I can extrapolate, and I'm like, extrapolate.
Extrapolate.
So yeah, I love it when that happens, whenever you're sort of watching somebody just like, I know, I'm pretty sure I've done that at some stage in my life, maybe. But then
You're
I was...
using... Yes, but then when you know better, you do better. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's, if you're... I always...
Actually, I don't, because my imposter syndrome would never allow me to use
I
a
know
word
it's
that I didn't know
100%.
100% what it meant.
Yeah.
Because I would still be lying awake on my deathbed, just about to take my last breath and go, I said hospital. You know what I mean? Like,
What was... Do you like family that like didn't get there in time to see you on your deathbed and they were like, what were our last words? She's like, I said hospital. Wrecked for myself.
I said Pacific instead of specific.
In 2011.
Yeah.
I'm mortified.
Yeah. I corrected
It was
the
very
teacher for
peaceful.
doing that before. The look she gave me.
Really?
She said specifically, and I was like, specific, and she just looked at me like...
Mass specifically
I was
means in a
fast.
way that like is peaceful. That's why it's called the Pacific Ocean.
The Pacific.
So it's because it was like trying to like let on that it was a peaceful journey. It's Pacific. It's like
The
a
girl that
pacifist.
worked in our van shop used to say biscotti. But to be fair to her, she spoke with a bit of... So if she had said spaghetti, and he ended up fucking soaking. Right? Spaghetti. But she was
I
like...
could,
She was correct.
you know what? I'll just have the ravioli.
Yeah, just pasta.
I
Any
said-
pasta. Pasta away. Fuck's sake.
Pasta.
Swear to God, yeah. I think sometimes you know, if you don't end up like that, you're gonna get kind of lonely.
To do some.
Seriously. But
I'm feeling kind of lonely here.
feeling kind of lonely. Oh my god.
Nobody's phoned me this whole day. I'm feeling kind of lonely.
Yeah. Fucking goat cheese legs on it.
I'll be here all day.
That was cheesy, but I liked it.
It's cheesy but good.
Oh fuck you bastard! I hate you. Chatterway. Here it is. I don't like it whenever somebody bests me. I'm only joking, Aunt Bessie.
You'd love Callum bested, wouldn't you? Oh,
Nah.
no, not now. Not now. Not now.
Not ever.
Not now.
I wanted his dad. He had the money.
Really? I don't know. There's something.
Liver or no liver?
Lover, no. I know he doesn't shag you with love.
Liver alone.
He doesn't shag you with his lover.
He got two fucking livers.
I did on the
Nice.
NHS.
Ironically,
I can't.
he's not living.
He got two livers in the NHS and I can't get a fucking appointment.
know.
Do you know what I mean?
See, getting a phone back from the doctor these days is better than winning the fucking cash call. You're like, oh my god, my undiagnosed cancer may actually get acknowledged. Do you know what I mean? I
might
was on
live.
the phone to the doctor. No joke. And I remember going, this was like last year, and I think I was only phoning up for like, I don't know, something stupid.
But you don't know.
But I went. It was maybe I was ringing like to get my prescription or something.
Aye.
And I went, I think it was to her. And I went, can you imagine if I was actually fucking sick? I can't
You'd
get
be.
through.
No, it's true.
Well, maybe I should hang up and let the real sick people.
Imagine if I wasn't doing this.
That's why I don't ring a doctor's now unless I really need to.
Imagine if I was just doing this for like my pips.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like, imagine I wasn't looking to ask
if I
Imagine
was
I
actually-
was actually sick. Do
I was
you know what I
actually-
mean?
this is terrible.
Fuck off.
No, it is. It's really different. Alan like was on the phone for like 2.5 hours and then they just cut it off. That's it. You have to phone like at
They
9
do
o'clock.
that. See, whenever they do that, right? You could only be
Enrages me.
you could be phoning for an antibiotic, but see by the time they've done that, and I need an antipsychotic. I am like, I'm gonna
I ran the whole way into town in my bare feet to fucking knock the head of them because I was so cross. Do you know what I mean? Like,
come here. You're just this.
your slippers were going like this here in the back of your feet.
And then take one off. Cunt.
How am I going to get home now? I'm knackered and I've run out of adrenaline. I come down here on pure rage.
But I want to know who to blame. I want to
Yes,
know because
whose
it's not
fault is
their
this?
fault. I want to know
Who's to
which
blame?
minister I need to dig in the fucking
Although
head.
sometimes you ever phone the doctor and she's like, and what is the nature? And I'm like, I'm not fucking telling you.
But you know, our
I don't know
doctor
you.
actually had to address that because they said, our receptionist will ask you for a brief description of your problem. This is not because our receptionists are nosy. Somebody must be like,
I
nosy.
know. If
It's
you
the
have to say,
triage, yeah. 'Cause
no,
if you're ringing up going, here's blood picking out my neck here, will you give us a wee plaster? They'll be like, no, go to the fucking
go to
hospital.
A&E where you can wait for
The
now
hospital.
18 hours and
Yeah.
fucking bleed out.
Yeah, if this is,
Don't be bleeding out
if
here.
you can wait 18 hours, please go to accident and emergency.
Yes. If this is not life threatening, if it is life threatening,
Yeah, yeah.
shit one, sorry.
Absolutely. But then they'll go to you, that's not important. You can't get, no, you're not getting a call back. You're like, so it does kind of have to be
Well, you
semi-life threatening.
So you do sometimes have to be a wee bit like you have to say it. So if I'm really, really sick here, like, is it you that I then would say didn't get me an appointment, or will I say it's the doctor's fault? Like just so that I know whenever I'm
What do I write
putting
in
a
my
claim
will?
in. Just so whenever I'm putting my claim in, is it you, Deirdre, who didn't get me an appointment, or is it was it Dr. New? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it like who should I?
Yeah,
who should I
could
be
really
putting the
go
blame
into this,
to?
but I have a new bit recently that I've been doing about real horrible people, and I think that they're only really horrible because they're oppressing themselves.
Yes.
Because they don't have the freedom to say, fuck off, you cunt.
You need to say.
So, like, see if the doctor, see if the wee... I love my receptionist. She's lovely. She's been there for
Oh, 'cause my
fucking
receptionist
ever.
now
And
is quite
she's
nice.
a vampire. She hasn't changed, right, since I was about 5. And she's lovely. And I go,
Just suck the.
how does she do
Just
it?
suck the cancer right out of you.
But I go, can you imagine she was just able to pick up the phone and go, no, actually, I wonder would you just fuck off, you cunt.
Here's
Right?
what you need to do,
You
love.
can buy paracetamol for 80p that didn't need to be on your fucking prescription, Ethel.
What do you
know
mean
I
you've got? What do you mean you've got acid reflux? Go and buy a bottle of Gaviscon, you tight fucker.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
what I
my
mean?
mate, he's a good fella. He died of heartburn. Can't believe Gav is gone. Sorry, that was terrible.
Because I was pure going, I guess, here, did you die of heartburn?
Died of heartburn. See if you could die of heartburn. I'd have died yesterday. I swear to fuck.
Alan
They always ask you like to rate it on a scale. no matter what it is. It's like,
And you're like, I haven't stood in the scale since the last time it made me cry. Do you know what I mean?
On a scale of 1 to 10, this is how bad I'm feeling. this is how bad it feels.
Yeah.
There we go.
And what if you have a really high pain threshold, or you're just a bit of a man and you're like, it's about a
1.
It's about a 1.
Maybe a 0.8.
Aye, yeah.
It feels like I've slapped my dick in the door, doctor. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
My arm's hanging off its socket. It's like, how painful is it? It's maybe 3.
That's alright.
And you know the wee grannies, the wee old timer
Oh,
grannies
right.
that are like, you just will not admit the being in pain, you know, and they're like, you know, there's a tumour hanging out of your neck, Sandra, you know, how does it feel on a scale of 1 to 10? Can you do 0.5? You know?
See, Sandra, if I was you, I would get your head removed because the tumour's better looking.
Cock one, get some
See a bit of lipstick and a few false eyelashes.
Get Kira that'll be your fucking, yeah, you'll be the next best thing on cover girl.
State of your face. Do you know what I mean? God, forgive
Your
me.
tumour has a better sense of humour.
Your tumour. Here, how's your wee where's Sandra? How's your wee tumour? Tell your wee tumour's asking after it.
Keep it in a jar now, do you?
Sure, look at-
Her in her jar, son.
Do you know what? Like we had a dog, right? That's the end of the
call it
story.
Jar Jar Binks.
That's the end of the story. No, we had a wee dog, and she wasn't a bit well, so we had to take her to the vet. And apparently, so she had like an
You take your
infected
dog to the vet and you call me. Well, I wonder while you're there, could you go here? Could you have a wee look at this?
Here. I'm just an animal, really. I have a
She's
wee
like,
look.
Here, I can't get an appointment with my doctor, but I'm covered by. My name is Benji.
I'm covered by the USPCA fucking insurance.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, and I'm more likely to get an
Dog
appointment.
strip. My name's what? Benji. Hold on a wee second here. Yeah, they do give dogs.
My name's
human
Fluffy.
stuff.
I am Fluffy.
Can't afford a razor. Do you know
But
what I mean?
she had her wee fallopian tubes were like inflamed. I know.
Cats, what dogs?
Dogs.
There'd be
Well, all
doggy
mammals would have like a fallopian.
Fallopian.
No, they weren't
That sounds like something
floating.
post-apocalyptic.
No, they weren't.
Fallopian.
No, they weren't floating about. They were stuck. They were.
Her
they
wee
were-
fallopian
her wee
tubes.
fallopian tubes were all inflamed, and so like apparently like a dog's fallopian
Do you
tube.
know that like any woman who's had inflamed fallopian tubes like literally has just sat there for 20 years in agony and your fucking dog at sea.
Our dog was,
Look at me, the jealousy hanging
I know
out.
our wee dog, but she and it was a male dog as all. We were very confused. No, no, it was we called her wee miss.
It's the wee woman next door's fallopian tubes are all tangled up in
No,
his
like this.
stomach.
I don't know how I dog. I don't know how that got. I don't remember eating that. But she was like, but
It was her own fault. She put peanut butter on herself and called them over.
You're what, like what, that, remember that Ricky Martin like rumor? Remember the urban legend about Ricky Martin?
What?
Where like Ricky Martin was on some like Spanish or Colombian TV show and he was going to jump out and like surprise her, but they'd put cameras all in the house, but they'd caught her putting like dog food on her bits, so the dog could like. Now, there's no way that could have happened in real life. Or if anybody
Somebody has done that.
if anybody has the clip, please do send it in and we'll put it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our dog had I don't know, it was all inflamed, and the doctor took it out, and he keeps her fallopian tubes in a jar to because it was the worst. Because a dog's fallopian tube should be like, you know, the wee inside of a Bic pen.
Yeah.
It should be that. Hers were like the size of like a big, like, what would you say? I don't know, for people who can't. It's a big tunnel.
Like this chalk?
It was the size of the Channel Tunnel. It was bigger. It was like about the size. Whenever they took it out, it was about the size of like, you know, like a mug, like the diameter of a mug.
Hey, she was proud of you. She was like, you think you have big balls? When I see my fallopian tubes.
Well, no, they were full of like it was nearly got sepsis. Like,
Don't we
but you know
really
what I mean?
love bragging though? We're like, the doctor said he'd never seen. Like we brag about
The
it.
doctor had to the doctor was going to like take my ear off because like that was the only bit that was actually healthy.
Yeah.
The rest of my body was just riddled.
Doctor says he's never seen as bad a case in his whole life
He says
of fucking.
if I'd come to the doctor's 5 minutes later, I'd be dead.
died. I was
I
taking
wouldn't
my
be
last
here.
breath.
I wouldn't
dead.
be here.
He was on his last breath whenever I brought him in, which is bullshit because see if you were near death, whenever you got to the doctors, you still wouldn't do fuck all.
Your last breath's very. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're on your last breath,
Like a Dementor in Harry Potter.
death rattle.
Yeah.
What could be the name of our band?
Death rattle.
Death rattle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's our rock. That's our death metal band.
Death metal band. Death rattle.
Death.
We're supporting the cannibalized seagulls.
We're supporting the Cannibal Seagulls.
Cannibalised.
Woo-woo! They are wee watchers are well known. Our Orange band, the Cannibalized Seagulls.
So What about our word of the day?
Yes, David has done the word of the week.
So this kind of, both of our wee words of the week, just move that there so just because it's on that and it's
Yeah,
annoying
we
me.
have points to make.
We'll go. We've got points to which way. So my word of the, I'll show you the word of the day and then we'll get into why I picked this word. So chimerical.
Chimerical.
I believe in chimiracles.
Chimerical sounds like something that like Big Pharma would sell you.
Chimerical.
This is a chemical miracle.
It
Chimerical.
sounds like if your Kai became like a pop star.
But if our Kai makes it out of my house without a slapper in the ear in the morning, it's a chimerical.
Chimerical.
Definitely.
Get him out of his Falkland pit.
Chimerical, yeah. Chimerical. So
see-
chimera.
So it comes from the chimera. You know, a chimera is like an animal that's made up of other bits of animals, and genetically, people who like, people who eat their twin. In
Maybe
the
I
womb.
tell you something. The guy walked into my flat or my house. I don't even live in a flat
Can I
anymore.
open
what
the door
fuck?
for him?
He walked into my house to put a radiator on the other day, and the way like the ADHD me, like I probably couldn't pick you out of a lineup if you committed a crime against me, but I will notice the tiniest wee things.
Yes.
So he walked in and I just went right away, "Hey, your eye, you've two different colours in your right eye. Are you a chimera?" And first of all, he was like, "What's a chimera?"
What you fucking call me?
And then he went, "I've been mates with people my whole life and they've never noticed that."
What do you call it? Heterochromia?
Yeah, I was like, that is so
Are you heterochromia?
beautiful.
David Bowie. Apparently it comes from like,
Heterochromia?
It
No,
comes-
I'm not. I like girls as well.
heterochromatic. No, apparently it comes from like a lot of times it'll come from like a head injury, and all the melanin goes out of your eye and it goes blue.
Oh, really?
That's what happened to David Bowie.
Don't you make my brown eye blue. But a lot of those people that have one are chimeric or chimera because they have absorbed like the DNA of their twin.
This is like the guy. Remember the guy? There was like a whole thing about this guy who was not the genetic father of his son, and he and his wife were very like, thank God he didn't do the thing where he was like, "Is that mine?"
Yeah.
Do you know, like he and his wife knew that there was no
She didn't
way.
book anybody else.
They knew, and they were like, "This isn't like they were very united front." And
Was
it was
this Joseph?
was this Jophus?
Was it Mary and Joseph?
It was a guy, and this is why he was passing on the genetics of his absorbed twin.
Oh, that's mad.
That
is mad.
So are they not his balls? Are they his dead twin's balls?
It's his dead twin sperm.
Which come from your sperm comes from.
Imagine your balls being haunted. Well, they do kind of look like wee
haunted balls.
ghosts, don't they? Ooh.
I don't know what one's
Instead of skeet, it goes.
They go like this. They go like this.
There was a fetus removed from the brain of a 1-year-old child in China.
No.
That sentence just kept on giving.
Yeah, it
That-
really
that-
did.
that sounds
There was
like
a
it was-
fetus removed from the brain of a 1-year-old in China.
Like it just there was
Everything about that was like,
Everything had
tell me
more-
more, tell me more.
every second word had more to give.
Yeah.
Like, there was not-
Give me the juiciest sentence.
That's effective communication.
that is a
Yeah.
fact. That is like
But who's running about fucking throwing fetuses at people? That's really must have threw it really hard. They must have threw it really hard at them. No,
Your dad.
like they had to remove
See
it.
your,
from
see
your dad.
mom-
Your dad's a fetus took out of a child's brain in China.
See your mum with his
and
brothers.
next thing you know, you're like, "What's this in my chicken curry?"
Oh, excuse me, I didn't ask for fetus.
Yeah, I
I'm
said
not
fetus, not fetus.
I'm not paying for that. Well,
I'm waiting until he's 18. But
Oh, get away! It grew in the brain. I'd be like, "You've always been sex on the brain, you
fetus.
baby's on the brain." That one.
so see your man that has his twins' sperm in his ball bag. So then, can he get away with bucking all around him? Go, that's my twin brother doing it.
No, he could get away with bucking somebody and then to go to a
like-
DNA test, and he's like, "I'm not
like-
paying no alimony."
Oh, haunted bucking. It's not me. I'm possessed by the spirit of my twin that I absorbed in the womb. Stop it.
Does that mean any time that he comes, it's like, "I have exercised the demon"?
Demon out! Demon out! Get out!
We must extrapolate.
I'll extract
I'm extrapolating, Mom. Sorry, it's completely natural.
doesn't have to come into my room when I'm vacuuming.
No, you're not going to disturb me when I'm cleaning my room. Doofy.
They get an exorcist out to the house and he just has to suck him off.
The power of Christ will jail you with KY.
Oh, Christ.
Be gone, demon!
The power of Christ compels me.
Anyways, I really appreciate you coming to this educational podcast. If this is your first time,
It's very highbrow this week.
very highbrow,
Very
very
highbrow.
high.
It's bright. My brows went away high whenever she fucking said about that fetus. I was like, what?
Here, speaking of exorcisms and demons and spirits.
What does chimeric?
Oh, yes.
David, you had an experience this week.
So yes, my experience. So this is the reason why I picked Chimerical, because Chimerical kind of has that idea that it's not exactly what you think it is.
Okay.
There's a bit of kind of like mysteriousness, but whenever you get to the bottom of it, it's like
I wonder,
there's a
could you
slight
use
amount
that
of
even as a swear down? Like, she's a chimerical bitch.
chimerical,
Like, two-faced
aye.
bastard. Like, there's more to her. She's too sweet to be
two
wholesome.
things I love about you: your face.
And your chin.
Chin up, darling. All three of them.
Yes.
Last night we went to few friends and I and Alan went to see a psychic, like a spiritual medium.
Physic.
Although I think she's starting to teeter onto the spiritual lodge, if you ask me. No, but you ain't fooling nobody, bitch. But she, so it was really weird because I've only ever been to a couple of these.
I've never been to one.
We went to one, and the first one we went to, she was a bit of like it felt like she was bullying people, going, I know, that's not what I was saying. And then, you know, like, does this connect with you? Well, no, that's not you then. The message isn't for you.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck's sake, chill out.
Would you fuck off?
But, everyone's like, and then the girl last night,
Were they even talking to you?
wait a minute, I wasn't talking to
No.
you. I was talking to the fucking spurts.
Yeah.
The
spurts.
the
That's what your
spurts.
man has coming in with his balls.
demons. Spurts. That's my bra spurts. Spurt right up your fucking wife. But she last night, this girl, and it was really difficult to watch. I'm not going to say her name because apparently, like, she is quite a good.
It's how I make my living. You'll end up with a fucking
This
solicitor's
exactly.
letter.
So I'm not going to say anything
Aye.
about her, but her name was no.
But she was shaked.
And I told her, I says to her, Teresa, I'll not tell anybody your name.
Don't you worry, Teresa.
Don't you worry, Teresa, I'll not mention your
Your
name
secret's
online.
safe with me.
And I says to her, Teresa, no, that's not fair. But she.
So what was Teresa
So
saying?
Teresa was saying, you know, at the beginning it was very much like, I'm getting your wee mommy here. Did you help your mommy when she was dying? And the girl was like, no. And it was very like, it was all very, but you know, the energy that it gave me was, you know, whenever you're MCing and the crowd's maybe a wee bit kind of lackluster and
Yeah.
you're doing your best to like create
Lift
like a
them.
bit of energy.
You're
So
going
that
here, free Red Bulls at the bar.
I fucking everybody, you're out for the night out. Why you
Yeah.
fucking, you should have stayed in the house and watched Bridget.
Then
and
you
you
are
born
sitting there with a
bastards.
bunch of people who are probably grieving.
These people. But
These are
aye,
all a bunch of miserable bastards. Sure, can't you talk to them
Aye,
again?
but the
I'm
first-
here to fucking tell you what
These
they're
are
saying.
no crack.
But these are no great. But the first few people she picked out were all people
Who
who were
died?
easily in their 50s. But easily in their 50s, 60s, and they were going like,
Some
has your
comedy
mommy
shows
died?
are like seances because you see people down on
You're
their own.
fucking phoning it in. Oh jeez, you do. But like she was like she was picking like people who were in their 50s and 60s and going like, "Is your wee mommy and daddy passed away?" I was like, probably.
Yeah. And why do you have
Is
to
there
ask?
anybody in the room who's had a family member pass away?
And then like 15 million of them. all
There was a
got it this way.
man. There was a man, and if I could remember his name, I would tell you, but I've blocked it out, right? And he was doing this medium thing at the Cultureland before. And I was like, he's full of bollocks, right?
Uh-huh.
Because he was standing there on the stage looking around in the heart of the falls, right? The beating heart of the falls road
Beating
went,
heart.
there's a wee woman coming through me. Her name begins with Mary. And then he actually went, and do you know what? Your granny had, I'm seeing a picture of Jesus, but he's like all bloody. And he's like on the wall. And I was just sitting there going, fuck's sake.
I'm seeing a picture of a heart, and
But
the
you wanna
word that's
know-
coming is sacred. Does that mean anything to you?
Does that mean anything at all?
Seen a plate with Pope John Paul II on it.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm
Did-
saying Pope
would
John
your-
Paul II, Dublin,
would your-
1978.
I'm seeing wee
Is that-
shamrocks here. Something to do with March and shamrocks. You loved it. You used to have a great time.
Does that mean anything at all?
But you know how I know? he was a complete and utter charlatan. Because he caught on. I was only there watching him because my play was on after.
Aye.
So I was waiting for him to get the fuck out so I could set up.
Move it on.
You know, I was like, I've got my fiction to show now, right?
I'm saying something in the future. You better hurry the fuck up. I'm going to beat the shit out of
He
you.
got his person to contact me and ask could he use some of my young ones or use me as like a stooge.
Stop it.
So what I did then was I was like, how much you going to pay me? He offered me 50 quid and it wasn't enough. I might have turned my head for no, I'm only joking. But what I did do was I contacted the Culturland, told them exactly what he had done, and they fucked him out and told him he couldn't come back again. So where you go.
Good.
Right, we don't like liars.
He didn't see that coming. Spurts didn't tell him that.
I didn't tell you that, did I? The Spurts. So you're
Even the but even the Spurts fucking touted on you. Because he's not real. It was just a weird situation, but it was just weird because it was like, what do you all? Because this is what I kind of wanted to open up the discussion. What do you all think? Like, would you be? I would be open-minded.
I'm open-minded in the sense where I don't know everything in the world.
Exactly, that's it. We don't have all the answers.
We do not have all the answers, and I do. You know, the more that I've got older, the more I've started to realise that I don't know.
What's that saying? Things you know, things you know you don't know.
And then things you don't even know that you don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Things you know you don't know and things you don't know you don't know.
And
that's usually
you're
most.
thinking of that Venn diagram, aren't you?
And that's usually most of everything. Like things
so
you don't know, you don't
I
know.
genuinely think that there could possibly be people out there who can pick up on the energy of, because I do believe that we are all energy and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be displaced.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that people who genuinely do that are probably not charging a bunch of women with a bottle of rosé in their bag 20 quid.
Because at the end
Come
of
to
it,
their
she went like
house.
this here. Nah, I know there's probably a lot of you awful disappointed that you didn't get a reading, but why don't you just reach out and I can do a wee private reading for you? And you're like out there, I smell shite.
Yeah.
Everybody check the fucking soles of your gutties because I smell shite. That's just awful.
Yeah, yeah.
It scares the bollocks out of me because it's one
Have you
of
got
those
Sean
things-
Cam on?
I do. I feel like I have a very logic thinking brain, you know what I mean? So the fact that, see with horror films and stuff, see if it's a bloody murder.
I
that,
can't
like,
watch the Devils or the fucking
No, I
Exorcist,
don't.
Pope's
Yeah.
Exorcist and all. It freaks me out. I can't watch it.
I can watch Texas
Scares
Chainsaw
me.
Massacre, can watch.
Yeah.
Me too.
All-
Ridiculous gore.
Yes.
My mum
Saw.
always used to go, you should be more afraid of the living than the dead. And you go, you can fucking hit a living person over the head with a brick. You can't do that with a ghost, mum.
Ah, exactly.
My
But
great-grandad
ghosts
used to-
and all spiritual stuff, that scares
My
me.
great
So-
grandad used to say a thing, and I know he was saying it to sort of like try to make us feel better, but he would say, "There's nothing there in the dark; it's not there in the light." And you're like, "Well, that makes me fucking doubly afraid now." Do you know what I mean?
Now I have to be scared all the time.
Now looking for cunts who are fucking trying to kill me in the daytime and the nighttime. Do you know what I mean?
And that's bullshit. That
So
is.
it's the fact that I don't know, like that scares me,
Yes.
and I don't even want to be involved in the world in case.
Do you not think as well
in case
because
you
of
invite
our
anything in.
like no matter what side of the community you're on, I think we're very deeply entrenched. Like, because like if you go to a Protestant school or Catholic school, you do
We're
prayer and you do.
superstitious. Do you know
Yes.
Curtis actually found this fucking hilarious? So we won't talk about it now, I think, because the court case is over. There was a
Statute of limitations.
there was a
Limitations.
a girl who worked at a shop locally to us, and it transpired that she had thought that there was a ghost. There was things being moved about in her
Oh
house.
fuck! Here we go.
And the voice note that was going
Oh,
around.
fuck, here we'll go.
Well, I'm not mentioning any names, but the voice note that was going around, and I was like, so it transpired
Oh my.
that the
God.
guy who
They
owned the shop that
extrapolated.
she worked in was going around to your house and masturbating with her knickers on his face, right?
Because he was the landlord.
He was her landlord
How did they find this out?
because this
Nanny,
is it.
Nanny cam.
It went around, the voice note to give everybody in West Belfast the download before it had hit the fucking news was that it went like this. So I'm making up a name here. Give me a Jolene, right? Her and her husband noticed that things were getting moved about a terrible lot, so they thought there was a ghost. So they set up a wee nanny cam to see if they could catch it. And then one day it went on the alert, and they got the alert, and it was the man that she works for, and he was laying on the bed, wanking the bollocks of himself with a pair of her knickers on his head, right? Now, I was
Spider-Man.
like, my thing was, I was like, listen to this, and I was like horrified because of this guy. But the first thing that Curtis turned around and said was, there was things getting moved about. So they thought there was a fucking ghost.
I know.
Not even like in London, it would be like a crackhead's climbing through the window, or somebody's burgling. We
Not
were
in
all
Belfast. Ghost.
We're like,
must be a ghost.
it's the Banshee!
There's ectoplasm all over her knickers.
It's the Banshee.
Slimer.
And it was leaving ectoplasm on my outer day.
I still think we're fucking Darby O'Gill.
I know.
No, it was ghosts. Do you think I say, don't cross the streams? Don't cross the streams.
So that's where I laugh, because that's our community. Instead of going, some fucking prevert poivoid is getting into my house, we were like, it's a ghost.
No.
It's naturally a ghost.
No. Nobody would do that.
Yeah.
Nobody would be doing something like that. It's more likely to be a ghost.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
ghost of Christmas past is one horny bastard.
What I cut my quilt cover, you
I
could
have a
break over
Christmas-
your knee. It's rotten.
I slipped down the stairs and fell in my arse yard and my knickers cracked.
I found there was a pair of glasses in my knickers the other day.
Jesus Christ.
This
Whose
ghost,
false teeth are they?
this wee ghost couldn't see. I'm worried about that wee ghost because he doesn't have his glasses on him. I hope that wee ghost doesn't have to drive because his glasses were on my knicker drawer.
So it got me in the medium stuff. Got me and Dave thinking of if you had a medium. But
So how would you use this word in regard to a medium?
So this is which is chimerical because it's like there's a chimera is not what you think. There's an unreal version of it. Like it's not a real. It's not
There's
real.
something inauthentic about a
There's something
chimera.
inauthentic about it. It's
Chimera.
cobbled together. It's constructed. It's not real. But yes,
Like most people's personality.
like most people would certainly. Whenever I'm masking, I'm very chimerical.
Yeah.
But
And then I get into the house and I'm like, holy.
people's dicks.
Yeah.
Everybody's a dick. We were sort of like Sean. I started talking about like imagine you had like a psychic, but she wasn't really a psychic.
just
she was
she
just
was
a
in a
wee
wee
woman.
rural town?
Just
And she
knows
just
everybody.
wanted to know everybody.
I did write a play similar to this. I'm just going to put that out there first. And it was
there's no
about a woman,
clash.
but she genuinely was able to. She was working behind the scenes because she worked in the local credit union and was able to tell this wee woman everybody's business. So then she could charge people. But why do people pay money to go and find out shit they already know? They're like, I do that.
I do.
Oh my
that.
God, I do that. I do that. But they're like, yeah, I do put my knickers on after my tights. How did she know that?
I do. I would put my socks on before my
But
boxers.
yeah, so it's
definitely.
a wee nosy woman then.
It was a wee woman,
yeah.
and you were saying, "I." What were you saying? Like the wee
It's just
chain.
like,
So it's like, are we boys coming through to me about? He's about 11 or 12. Know who it is? It's that wee child. No, died in that car accident down the town the other year.
tragic.
Was not enough. Was not enough the
That
shame.
was awful.
Was not awful.
Now, wasn't he mates with your Stephen though? Wasn't he? He ran about from didn't he? Like your
He'd
Stephen's
have been
good.
close with your Stephen.
Yeah, your Stephen's a good child. But now, see the other year. Now the child's talking to me. What is it? Now he wants to know. He wants to know. See the other year when your Stephen broke my front window. What? Did he mean to do it, or as Stephen says, did he accidentally hit it with the football?
Was it because I said he needed to fuck away off around his own door? Or was it a genuine accident?
Was that an accident or was it retaliation?
Yeah.
I want to know.
Should I get extra points for swapping the housing executive because of intimidation?
I'm getting
Not anymore.
I'm getting the spirit of your Teresa, and she wants to know. Could you let me? Now I'm just passing on the spirit's message. I'm a messenger. You must understand that I am a
Don't
messenger.
shoot the messenger.
I'm facilitating.
I am
I'm
a vehicle for this speech.
I'm facilitating a communion between the living and the dead, and I'm just the vessel. And they want to know, how is it that you've booked a holiday to Thailand when you owe me £200?
Yeah. You
I
the
want
one
to know.
about the one about we were awful close and your cousin and me, and she said She said that £500 that she owed me when she died, that you would give it to me.
You would give that, you'd pay that to me. So
you'd sort me out.
So, like,
You know.
and see, to be honest, now that we're talking, I would rather you to give it to me in £20 notes. If that's so.
Are you ever going to get the MP fixed?
Here, the spirit.
You've booked a holiday to Thailand and your Delft looks like that.
We
Do you think that's a
were
waste of
talking
money?
earlier on. Spirit's here. It's your daddy. My daddy's not dead. It's your real daddy.
Go home and ask your mum, my
Go
love.
home, aye. Ballroom of Romance, 1972.
Leave the money on the dresser and get out.
Mm-hmm. Your mummy's coming through to me now. Your Dolores says, "Yes, Dolores. Yes, I'll ask her. She wants to know. See, Louis Vuitton. He said your breeds are on about him, praying about the turn, acting like she's a big woman. Now, are they? Yes, I'll ask. She wants to know, are they real or is she just like?
Is she a lamb bastard? And she got them off the Looky Man in Tenerife.
Aye, just got there. Just get to, is she? She's running about there with red hair. Is she a genuine redhead? Did she dye her hair? I'm just wanting to know. The girl's just.
It's not me.
It's
not.
She needs to know this before she can move on.
Whatsoever.
She needs to know this before she can move on to the light.
Yeah, she says she'll have to hunt her in the shower and look at her flange if you don't tell me now.
All the bad things she'll have
No,
to stick
Edina passed away the other year. Okay. Now she says, you know, she's doing well. She's up there now. I know you weren't close, but she said you fixed her car the other year. And you charged her awful there for it.
Is that the way?
And you only put a $5 in the GoFundMe that the family set up, and she just doesn't think that's right.
What you were saying? Shaw was saying, like, Father, I'm getting. Father Gabriel who passed away in his sleep the all week. Father Gabriel, and you know the way you used to run the raffle, the church raffle. And then do you remember your Antoinette got the top prize of a wee holiday in a caravan up at Kelly's? Mm-hmm. Well, how could that have been whenever I bought 10 tickets and she didn't buy any? And I just want to know.
It's not me wants to know, it's the priest.
It's just that, like, he wants to know how that happened. Is that something? Is that anything to do with, like,
your Evelyn's only after coming through and she says, bring sun cream, it's roasting down here in hell. Is that because she slept with a married man, or is that why? Why do you think that is?
Do you remember?
I just want to know, you know.
I'm getting the spirit of wee Geraldine, and she's just wondering, like, so seeing as you're here, do you remember you used to be friends with a woman who lived across the road, and then she had to like leave and move out after she had a fight with your wife? Is that because you were shagging her, or was that because
she didn't give her back the money she
didn't give her back? What was that all about?
Just the spirit can't move on until they know all the answers.
Know all about what's going on. What was that all about? What all happened? What was that all?
What's the crack?
What was that all
over?
Nosy
bastard.
What was that all over the head of?
Do you know what I have great respect for? All over the head of. Do you know what I do respect though? Like we always say, I'd rather a cheeky cunt than a sneaky cunt.
Yes.
Right? And do you ever get those people who they're like wee children in that they just ask questions? Like they don't give a fuck. And it isn't the social norm, but they'll do. There was a girl that was in our hostel and she used to be like, she'd be like, so what happened with you and your fella? What happened? Did he ever hit you or anything? Why's his eye like that? His tail's eye turned in a wee bit. What's that all about? But you know the same people that wouldn't tell you a fucking thing about themselves.
Oh, I know.
Wouldn't tell you, but they'll ask you everything. Much do you get in your toll? Do you get milk tokens? Many milk tokens do you get for him now that he's 16 months?
Because you have only the one and I have the three, and I was just wondering.
Much do you? Let me see open up your universal credit and show me your statement. Let me see how much you get. Do you know what I mean? But then you'd go, I wouldn't tell anybody anything about me.
No, I keep that to myself.
I wouldn't. No, I tell them nothing. Know what I mean?
No. At least the less they know about you, the better.
The same wee girl that I says, do you want a bit of bap? And she went, I wouldn't put a bap near me. And I went, you wouldn't what? And she went, I wouldn't put a bap near me. And you wouldn't put a bap near. I really felt like a fish out of water. I was a wee bit. You wouldn't put one near. Are you allergic to gluten or something? I wouldn't have a bap near me. Wouldn't put it near me.
Would you
just wouldn't eat it. Wouldn't eat a bap.
Would you talk
instead of saying
literally?
I don't like I don't like them bops. I don't like a Belfast.
My ma would say I wouldn't
One
thank
pot
you.
of
My ma would say I wouldn't thank you for that.
Well, thank you for that. And you're going, well, why not? Why not, you cheeky bastard?
Why not? You should still say. She would say
You
maybe
still say
no.
thank
You
you.
say thank you, but no.
Or I
Cheeky
wouldn't
bastard.
thank you for a bit of Turkish delight.
I wouldn't thank you for. I remember just you said. I don't know why this has come into my head. My friend I was working in Craigavon Area Hospital, and my friend came to visit me. Like she was working
You
in the
were
area.
working, or is this whenever you had a wee stint as an
I said,
inpatient?
oh no, that would have been Bluestone. But I was I was working as a ward clerk on the haematology ward.
Oh,
And
that sounds bloody marvellous.
bloody marvellous. It was bloody marvellous.
This job is just draining me.
I enjoyed the crack, but it was like that had to give it up because I couldn't go into work.
You couldn't.
But no, she was waiting on me to meet her in the lunch in the canteen, and she was listening. It was visiting her and these two wee ones, and she could hear these two wee women talking, and she said, "Isn't it your mummy and daddy's 50th wedding anniversary coming?" She says, "She says, what are you doing for them?" She says, well, we were going to book them a cruise, but see, in the end of the day, we're just going to bring them out to dinner. And the other one goes, you're far better. They'd rather that, they would rather that. What? I'm on that. Slowly but surely, like,
Demote it.
Demote
But
it.
get stingier and stingier.
Get stingier and
But
stingier.
speaking of honesty, do you want to hear our swear down for the week?
Swear down.
Swear down.
Oh my God.
Motherfuckers.
Oh my God, swear down, motherfucker.
So this is a word that we use quite often over here in
We
this here
do.
province.
Uh-huh.
But other parts of the world don't use this
As much,
as much.
slick it.
Slick it.
It's this, I think
So
this
it's
is
quite burns.
I think this is an Ulster Scots word. I know because that's a kind of
Originates from, well, essentially sleek, to be smooth, to be slick, But then I think over here in this province, we specifically use it to mean someone who's sly or untrustworthy.
Yes.
Does slick at things. But whenever you think about it, that makes sense. Like if someone's too smooth, nothing sticks to him.
He's slicked.
He's slick it.
He's slicked bastard.
Slick it. But I remember
Slick it.
whenever Kirk came over here and he wasn't used to it, and he would be like, what does that mean? Like, why are people going?
Why are you
slick
saying
it?
a different
Slick
word?
it? But he thought it meant something else, and then he was like, but then I noticed the way people would say it with their face that it meant something
Negative.
negative. Like if someone's slick, he was like, so what is it? Like slick it, and you go, slick it means somebody who's fucking trying to get one over on you, or someone who's fly.
My granny.
Fly's a bag of monkeys.
My granny used to say, he's as fly as a jailer.
Is fly as a jailer?
Uh-huh.
Fly
Have you heard that?
We say fly as a bag of monkeys.
Say fly as a jailer.
What do you say fly as?
I don't know.
You're Kate?
I would just say he's fly.
He's fly.
Fly.
As a bag of monkeys.
Oh,
What does it even mean? What does?
I don't even know what fly
Because
as
a
a
bag of
jailer
monkeys
means.
would be quite hard to pin down, wouldn't it? It would be quite hard to control. So fly. So whenever somebody slick it, and this
Or
week
sly.
is sly, and I can't stand slick people. Like just say what you mean. Do you know what I mean? And
God's fly. Don't say that.
That's fly. Or that's
fly.
or like we would say he's awful crafty.
Crafty.
The crafts like he's crawling with craft.
Crafty.
Define it for me, sleek.
He's
Slick it.
crawling
There's
with
something real
Crafty
sneaky.
is
There's a
more-
semblance to slick it, isn't there?
Crafty is more malleable as the word.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you can be a bad crafty and good crafty.
Yeah.
I
or
like to be
or
crafty
cheap- or
sometimes,
cheap
making
crafty.
wee bits and pieces.
Oh no! In our house, if something,
Yeah.
Way to be.
in our
Crafty
house,
can imply like a wee bit of a cheekiness, like funny's
You're
crafty.
dead crafty.
See, if you're slicker, there's an insidiousness there.
In our house,
There's
though,
no
it
way to
was
be
the
nice
In our
about being
house, it was
slick
the same thing. Like if my nana called you crafty, she was not admiring your like ability to fucking live ad hoc.
Yeah,
Do you know
or
what
to
I mean?
make
Like, she
to make a jewellery box out of pasta.
no, she was like, he's a crafty wee shite. And it meant slick it. It meant that
Yeah.
you were
like
being.
a child who is like pretending to be asleep so they get carried up to bed. I
Yeah.
get dead crafty.
Aye.
Crawling with craft.
Dead heavy.
He's-
Yeah. Oh my God, that is true actually. But whenever somebody's slick it, whenever you notice somebody being slick it, and the thing is as well,
They're usually very obvious.
you need to get up really early in the morning to be slick it to me, because I get up earlier than everybody with 4 slick it wee boys. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like,
I'm a late slipper. You turn the light on in the hallway and it'll wake me up.
all day. What are you on about? We don't even have a light in our hallway, you posh cunt.
You have a hallway?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What are you on about? We don't have a hallway. It's just the door and then outside.
You have a door? We've just got a nothing that we'll walk through and pretend that it's there.
It's just like a void.
This is a void.
Sorry, this
We're
is
a
the
family
thing.
of memes.
You just live in a tent. Yeah.
Remember as a teenager, I used to go up like this here.
It's like go you upstairs and think about what you've done. It's like
Very good. Sean Cam better be on right now.
Sean just mimed
Go
stomping
down,
up the
go
stairs.
down in the elevator in your wee chair. Go, Sean Cam.
It's not.
It's right the way down.
Go, yeah.
Go like it's here.
Read between the lines. Read between the lines.
Can you hear it? No, turn it up.
Have you ever had? What's the most slicked thing you've done?
Oh, see, I can't be slicked. Like I'm really trying to think the slickest thing I've ever done. The most slicked.
Or what's the most? Did people be slicked to you? And you go, what's the most recent example of somebody being slicked?
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm gonna call back to your woman last night. I think she was very slicked.
She was the slicked
because she wasn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't very good, and also our mate our mate at the very beginning of the night. Our mate was at the bar waiting for, and she was in front of him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you waiting for the bar?" And then she turned around like this, and she looked at me and went, "Oh, sorry, you're the medium tonight, aren't you?" And she went, "Mm-hmm."
She's sitting there trying to hear everybody's business.
Oh, wow.
'Cause that's what they do. They show up to the funerals and all.
No.
Well, and she was like, "Mm-hmm," like us here.
We
and
know
then
you.
our friend went like us here. "Oh, are you getting any messages from me?" And she just turned her heel and walked away.
Trying to be all
And
mysterious.
she was all like, "Fuck you, bitch!" And then
Yeah.
that was him from the rest of the night. Like us here, he was looking at her like that. There, she's a
Aye.
bitch.
Like,
The whole night, and she
Cunty
had
bollocks.
a bit of a bitch face. God, she had. You know what it is? She had great cheekbones,
aye.
and great cheekbones equal
Rest in bitch face.
bitch face.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Are we like
Terrible case
a
of
psychic
RBF.
called Sarah Boyd, psychic large? I haven't been a medium in years.
But then she does this. You'll get used to me, I'm a wee bit wacky. You don't know what I'm going to do next? I do, because I'm a psychic.
I know. I wonder many people have just run up to psychics and punched them in the head just to go, "You didn't see that coming, did you?" If you want to hear the rest of this fantastic conversation, please consider joining us on our Patreon.
We don't need a crystal ball to tell you it's going to be bloody hilarious.
It's going to be fucking gig. So it is. So it will. So it does.
So it does, so I am.
Thank you so much for joining us on Word Up this week and tell your wee granny I was asking about her. Love ya.